Hello, my name is Ali and I'm a researcher at York University. Today I'm presenting our paper on participatory image-based models alignment for reconstructing a large-scale indoor mapping. The outline of my presentation starts with an introduction and then I proceed to the data sets and continue with the 3D indoor corridor model reconstruction using an image. And then we get to the core part of our paper, which is image-based model alignment, and I show you some experiments and results. Finally, we have our conclusion. Research motivation starts with 3D building models are expressed to be the most important feature in representation of digital cities. Also, primitive-based representation of city entities are appropriate inputs for managing, updating, and also analyzing urban infrastructures. And also, geometrically accurate 3D indoor models are essential for various spatial information-based applications, including indoor security, emergency response, positioning, navigation. Research objectives here are applying a new 2D 3D dataset covering multiple indoor corridor spaces, integrating middle-level perceptual organization into modeling pipeline for defining indoor layout boundaries, and address critical steps toward participatory image-based models alignment, including reconstructing robust and accurate 3D indoor corridor layouts, regardless of layout complexity, align regularized indoor corridor layouts, and also exploring the potential of reconstructing a large-scale indoor map. Here we try to integrate high-level geometry into models alignment pipeline, reconstructing layout structure and layout topology for individual 3D models, and introducing a novel technique of models alignment based on layout model matching using model information and also image information. Model information includes topology and geometry of reconstructed models, and image information includes the photogrammetric features of the images. The dataset that we used, we can see the characteristics here on the above table. We used two different cameras, the Apple iPhone 4S and also the GoPro Hero 5. You can see their details here in this table. We relied on a human operator movement carrying a consumer-grade 4-mounted camera, and also we choose the rectilinear corridor with doors and glasses gates to the outdoors, with less texture and clutters. We also provided the reference layout models, which we chose the Ross building at York University as the reference place for us. We have both single images and also laser point cloud generated by Applanix teams, and we manually extracted the ground truths. We can see that the accuracies here in this table. And also you can see some figures showing our generated single image based models and also the laser point cloud as a reference. We also generated our single image models based on our own approach, which include the multi-corridor hybrid layout hypothesis generation and also introducing 3D volume and edge features along with both orientation map and geometric context for layout hypothesis scoring. As you can see in this figure, we have a single image. We extracted the line segments and estimated the vanishing points, and we then classified the lines into line groups. We generated major box hypothesis or major corridor hypothesis. Then we have our features as explained before, and through an ANN, we actually score those hypotheses. After finding the best hypothesis, we generate multiple side box hypotheses or side corridor hypothesis, and finally we again score them with the ANN approach, and we find the best hypothesis and convert it into the 3D. Now we get to the image-based models alignment, and as I explained before, we have single images. We generate 3D models from them. We divide the generated models into a key model and test models. Then topological graphs are generated for all of them. we perform the graph matching. If the graph matches, then we can have a 3D affine transformation between the models, and we can integrate the model. After the integration of the models, we can back project those integrated part into the image space through a DLT transformation, and then we do the scoring, or as I explain later, we have a cost function here, and then we see if those models perfectly align. If yes, then we add them to the key model, and then start testing with the other test models. Now we can see how the corridor topological graph is generated. If you consider the camera is standing at either position 1, 2, or 3 in these figures, we can have a different view of the corridor. And as you can see in this image on the downside, we can have a major corridor, as you can see here, that has a front face, left face, right face, top and bottom. And also we can see the side corridor both on the right side and also on the left side of this image. As explained before, we have different models that we actually test their topological graphs to see if they match each other. If they match each other, then we can have a 3D affine transformation between two models and integrate them. After the integration is done, we can actually have another transformation. Here it is direct linear transformation, and we back project this integrated part into the image space, and then we can have the minimization of the cost that we defined and the cost function that we defined, and finally we can find the best alignment. In order to evaluate the integrated models, we defined a cost function which considers the topological similarities between the models, geometric similarities, and also the radiometric similarities between two models. We use some thresholdings here to define how well they have geometric similarity and radiometric similarity between two models. You can find more details on these topics in the paper. Getting to the experiment part, as we explained in our paper, we defined some refinement process for estimating the vanishing point, and this table just shows how well our refinement actually works and improve the vanishing point estimation results. In order to quantitatively assess our alignment, we have a table here in this slide that actually shows an example of aligning a model to some different test models and show how the cost function of ours is actually working and how it actually finds the best alignment here for our models. This table just shows how different models get different costs and how we choose the best one to perform the alignment. After all the alignments are done, we can have finally a photo texture indoor map. You can see in this figure the average ratio differences of corridor widths, height, and lengths in the generated indoor map approximately was 112 meter pass, where 2.3, 1.9, and 7.6% respectively. To conclude, a new indoor corridor modeling dataset 2D 3D is generated for our work. An automatic indoor corridor modeling method is presented to reconstruct robust and accurate 3D indoor corridor layout from single images, as I explained before. We integrated high-level geometry into individual models integration pipeline to align image-based indoor layouts, and we demonstrated that integration of high-level geometry into model alignment pipeline can improve model matching efficiency. And finally, we presented a layout topology-based model alignment technique as an alternative approach for indoor mapping. Thanks for watching. I would like to thank Dr. Kang, Dr. Shahbazi, and Mr. Kivanch for helping us preparing this paper.